powerful words from Representative Turner around some of this anti-LGBTQIA legislation. There's several bills going through, but the big one that went through, I believe it was yesterday, focused, because yesterday was the committee deadline, so this was deadline week, so everything that didn't get through committee yesterday is dead for the year, but a lot of bad shit got through. But the one that Representative Turner is talking about here is one that bans trans women from playing in women's sports. I mean, it's just a pure transphobia piece of legislation. There's probably not a single real example in Oklahoma that anyone could point to that anyone cares about. But, and Tony Hassenbeck is from down near Wowoka, I believe, south central Oklahoma. Just gross. And Representative Turner, of course, being from that community, largely carries the weight for fighting a lot of that, along with other advocacy groups. But yeah, I mean, I think this is just something we're going to keep seeing as we get close to an election, because this is how they think they can improve their fortunes, is by attacking trans athletes.
This is that coalition I was just talking about that we have to create of, marginalized peoples, because guess what? Once they get done attacking the trans people, then they're going to attract whoever, then they're going to attack, they're already attacking black people. Then they're already attacking Native people. When they run out of people to attack, they're going to attack you. So if the fight doesn't affect you at this point, I promise you it will. This is crazy. I knew that there were some things going on. There were some committee hearings on Wednesday that people were being asked to be at the Capitol. Unfortunately, I was out of state, so I couldn't be there. But we have to show up to these committee hearings. I am not opposed to any form of direct action to fight oppressive legislation, if that makes any kind of sense. But we have to do something. We can't keep letting them attack us and our neighbors, because this kind of legislation just being heard hurts people. Just being heard. And now we have to imagine how many more times it's going to be heard, whether it's on the floor or, God forbid, it passes. This is the kind of thing that spurs suicide rates, and it's just inherently harmful.
Super gross.
Yeah, it's just one of those things, where are they getting the numbers that trans people, participating in sports has some negative effect on the overall experience for other athletes? It's just the research isn't there. It's based completely out of fear rather than fact, and that's just not. I mean,
every argument they have is based out of fear rather than fact. Xenophobia is bliss.
Yeah, it's finding one example where things didn't work out exactly the way normative society believes, and then broad brushing it to an entire group of people that just want to exist and live their life and be human. Yeah, so, I mean, it's just disgusting that... And what's crazy is, Hassenbeck wanted to be a legislator so bad. She ran as a Democrat multiple times down in that area, then switched parties to a Republican, and finally wins. And then this is the garbage she pushes.
It tells me a lot about you. Yeah. So I just wonder, if I start painting myself white and going to school, are they going to make bills I can't be transracial? Y'all just so goddamn hateful.
It's just it's totally contradictive to Stitt's whole parents' choice thing. It's like, you think parents know best what's for their kids. If a parent is coming out saying, my kid is visibly depressed, they want these hormones, they also want to participate in sports, then according to Stitt, then who the fuck can tell them no? Like, at the end of the day, you can't say that parents get the choice, and then if parents are trying to do everything in their capability to enrich their child's life, then you're not actually for parents' choice. You're for your choice.
What about the right to choose,
Right.
Kevin? Like, what about the right to choose? Like, what happened? Like, we're talking about autonomy here. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Sometimes you can't leave decisions in the hands of people who don't know better, because that affects me as well as affecting you. Your kids are eventually probably going to meet my kids, and they might end up hurting each other because one kid did not have the knowledge. Or you deliberately will be setting my child, who will be in public schools one day, on a path for failure, ultimately, at the end of the day. This is egregious. Like, you're talking about, we constantly talk about, like, oh, this is an overreach of my personal rights. No, this is an overreach of my personal rights. This is like, let me tell you, using your own language, that you are stepping into my backyard and fucking up my life.
It's just creating this idea that, like, we don't care about trans kids and, like, all of the difficult and monumental moments they had to get through to get to that point in their lives, and then we just continually take things away from them. Like, that's just telling kids that you just don't give a fuck about them, and it's not okay.
And it's children, bro. Like, why are we attacking children?
Over youth sports, like, which are in most places, unless you're just like the number one kid ever, are all about like.
Do you know, like literally the percentage of people who make it to like the NFL or the NBA, like, it's professional lacrosse. Okay, I'm not gonna get, but like, you know what I mean? Like, it's bullshit, bro. The kids are just doing their thing, learning how to be a part of a team. Hey, smack ass, whatever. Like, win a trophy. It's sophomore year. Like, who gives a fuck?
Well, because if it starts,
wait. But wait. I have the best example of this. Do you know, like, I have two Lettermans. I have two baseball Lettermans from playing on or being a part of the boys' baseball team in high school. Who's challenging me for that? I have a fucking plaque, bro. I have a plaque and two Letterman medals for being a part of the boys' baseball team at Douglas.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Square up. Like,
Adri, that's the point, though. Like, if they can stop it at its root, which is the youth, they can stop it at any designation possible. We already have segregated sports by gender right now. They don't have to deal with that now. When you're a kid, when you're supposed to be all around each other and it's not supposed to be a problem. When you're adults, you're supposed to be all around each other and it's not supposed to be a problem either. We can't even do that.
But that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, how segregated really are these sports?
Yeah.
For a girl to just get on the boys' baseball team and do whatever and get some, literally get recognition for being on the team. Like, nobody argued that. Do you know, when I was like 10 years old, I argued with the Boy Scout Den Master with case law to be a Boy Scout? And I said, look, nigga, here's the court case that if you don't let me in here, I can sue you. It doesn't matter if I'm a girl. Yeah. And I was a Boy Scout. Like,
yeah, it's just,
these are things that have already happened, and now because you have nothing better to do, you want to make frivolous attacks against communities that you feel like are inferior to you. Fuck off.
Thanks for watching our video. Please give it a like and hit that subscribe button for more content. If you want to engage with us, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram.